There you go, boy. How long did that take? You're making memes? That's actually fucking hysterical. Speedrun, yeah, I wish. Are you fucking serious? Have you seen the speedruns for this game? So this is a little bit of a pre-stream. I'm gonna kind of get people here and then be like, hey, join me on Twitch, bitches. Because I'm gonna stream a little bit on Twitch. Again, I'm trying to get affiliated, which is a fun process in itself. So this is a little bit of a pre-stream. I'll answer some of your questions, maybe suck on some knobs, I guess, and then I'll jump on Twitch and play some hot Zelda, cause yeah, this game's phenomenal. Yesterday I was stuck in what's this level? I was stuck in the 3rd level, which is awful because you have to carry around a fucking princess. So yeah, I'm gonna jump on Twitch in a little bit. I'll leave the link actually in the description. Let me put it here. So that there's no confusion. If I can edit this, I'm sure I can. Let me see this shit. You know, I'll just put it in the comments here. So it's gonna be twitch.tv/pigcake with 2 E's because well, I don't know. Pigcake with 2 E's because pig cake is apparently taken. Which is always a phenomenal thing. Thank you, whoever took pig cake. You were a piece of shit. I hit up the Insta. Okay, so yeah, so if you were in that video and I did mention you, I'm gonna send you a code so you could get whatever you want from my store. Cause you know, it's really hard to pick one particular person for the meme review video. It was really difficult because you know a bunch of you guys came up with good memes. One of you got away with it though. I don't know if it was you, Alicia, because one of you guys sent me some shit memes, some straight shit memes. Was that you? That was like, I found $10 in your pocket or whatever. That shit. If that was you, because if that's you, you got lucky as shit that I'm sending you a code. Because it was. Are you? Okay, no, you're skull upside down. You sent me some really good ones. Okay, all right. So yeah, no, there was someone, I forgot who it was that sent me. Tristan, was that you? Really? That sent me some like the dankest memes. I'm like, come on, dude. You fucking swindled me out of something from my store. Because those memes were just, they were so bad, they were good. They were so bad, they were fucking phenomenal. It's like if your mom starts using Facebook and then uses memes. Tricky hotshot, there you go, yeah. I mean, I'll still hit you up when I'm done with all this shit, so I could, so you guys could get some stuff. So that's hot. So I'll let you guys pick whichever one thing you guys want from my store, which is hot shit. So if you haven't had it already, so we'll see that. I'll hit you guys up later. Did I leave? Okay, yes I did. Okay, so I always have to get reminded to make a mod for this shit. Let me see if I got boy. So yeah, so if you guys could jump on Twitch in a little bit, I guess I'll stick around here for a little bit and then I'm gonna jump on Twitch. I'm not gonna make this this particular stream like archived, so I'm just trying to build it up. Again, I'm still trying to find the differences and the benefits to Twitch compared to YouTube. YouTube obviously is established, right? They're trying to compete with Twitch, so they're trying to kind of undercut Twitch. They do have a sponsorship program, however, I don't know, not a fan of that. However, when it comes to Twitch, Twitch is already established for streaming, and I don't want to run into the issue where I kind of split people up, because imagine if you come to my channel for videos on Magic, you're going to be very upset when you see me playing a fucking game like Zelda, right? So I'd rather have Twitch for that and then have a separate YouTube channel, Piggy Gaming or whatever, Pizza Cake, for those of you guys that were in that last stream, so that I could put those videos there, and then it wouldn't affect people, you know, coming into the channel for Magic videos. So that's kind of what I'm thinking of doing. And even though obviously it's going to be a smaller crowd, it's still going to be, you know, more legit, I guess, because then it's more intimate. Pizza Cake. Yeah, those are you guys that were there. Pizza Cake. I'll probably name the gaming channel Pizza Cake. We'll see. Hopefully nobody takes it. Thank you, Thomas, for your very original memes. I imagine you are under the age of 15. Hey, boy. Emerald Nugget just joined my Twitch. That's hot. Again, Twitch is kind of odd. It doesn't let me archive the videos. I'm still trying to figure out how to do that. I'm still letting me Dude, it better be good that you hate EvanEra. That's funny. You're not, Thomas? How old are you? Over 18? That's kind of fucked. But yeah, so I'm still trying to figure it out on Twitch. I can't archive my videos yet. I don't even know if I have to become affiliated or if I'm just fucking up my settings. But I want to be able to kind of archive those videos, because if not, I'm kind of just letting it go to the stream and then that's it. They go away. 15. 15.5, is that what it is? I have memes with card shuffler in them. Well, yeah, for sure. I don't know when I'm going to do another meme review. This one's alright. This one went fine. But it really depends on, you know, it really depends on, I don't know. I don't want to say how well this video does because obviously I just put it up. But I do want to do them. They're fun videos. You know, it was a fun video to make. It was kind of a pain in the ass because I had to figure out how I had to film it, you know, with the camera on the actual laptop, and then on the laptop I had to you know, do the video of the screen on OBS. So it was kind of a pain in the ass to figure out, but I think it came out with a good format. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope more people watch it because it was definitely a fun video to make. So my phone is at 3%, but it's worth it. Well, hopefully it lasts, because I haven't even started yet. I'm gonna stream on Twitch in a little bit as soon as I have some people joining me there. To hope the conversation over there, which can be hot. So yeah, I know if you guys, if you guys still want to send me memes, obviously, wait till I do that video. So don't just spam my fucking inbox with memes, because I'm not gonna look at them until that next video. So make sure to wait till I do that and do it then. I do have a card giveaway video coming up soon. I have a review of a deck that was sent to me by Murphy's. And I'm gonna give it away. Not to say that it's a bad deck, but it's definitely not one that I particularly enjoy. So I don't know if that review is coming up this week or maybe next week. I keep saying that and then pushing the video. I know it's a video that I did a while ago, but we'll see how that works. I'm in my inbox in what do you call this shit? My inbox in Instagram. Hold up. You said, why you add only a few tags in your videos? What do you mean? I mean, recently I've started with the habit of adding more tags to my videos. Because I think that obviously tags help out differentiate my videos from other. So they kind of streamline that. So people are searching, for example, for camera hacks. That last video that I made, it'll be easier to find. But, you know, it really depends. I feel like YouTube really holds down my shit. I'm not just saying that because, you know, I really do believe in my content. And I think that it's good content. Obviously not the best by any means, but I do think that it's enjoyable. So, you know, the fact that it's not being exposed to more people, it's kind of a shame, honestly. All of your codes will be Keem. Let me save you that. No, Keem is for the 20% that I think ends today on the store. I set it for the end of the month until Sunday for Keem. So if you use Keem, that's 20% off whatever on pickkick.me. What are my thoughts on Rick Lax? I think that Rick Lax is really smart when it comes to coming up with magic. I just think that he's a douchebag. That's it. So, you know, he does have good ideas, really good ideas for effects, as a matter of fact, really fooling ones. And, you know, I guess he has a good mind. There is some sort of controversy because, you know, his effects somewhat might be other people's effects. So there's a little bit of controversy with that. But from just my, you know, as a layperson, buying stuff from Penguin, I would say that the stuff with his name on it is really good shit. He's just a douchebag. So he's just a douchebag. You have Back in Time by Jay Sankey. Yeah, I did add Jay in this particular video. So that's definitely gonna add to the timer of him keeping me banned. My screen shaking. That's phenomenal. You know what's funny? My screen shakes when I'm streaming on YouTube, but my screen doesn't shake when I'm streaming on Twitch. So I don't know what the fuck the difference is between that. That's funny. I could use that. I could use that code. I could definitely use that code. So yeah, that's fucking dope. Does the deck review contain a 90 diamonds? It does. It does. It actually does. Believe it or not, this deck does bring. Remember I said you would face reveal on October 31st, 2018. Why did I say that? is not gonna happen. How did you? What do you mean? Where'd you get that date from? That's kind of odd. I wouldn't do a, and that's also a very specific date to do it. Do you still flip Bali songs? Not. I used. I'm using a saw meme now on. Like I haven't really used the butterfly knife memes in a video in a while, so I much prefer doing the saw gags. And then hopefully when I do obtain more of a steady YouTube cash flow, I'll be able to buy a legitimate saw apparatus, and I think that'll add to the memes. That'll definitely add to the funnier memes. I think it'll be a little bit over the top, but people might enjoy me opening up a deck of cards with a table saw, you know. Have you created your own deck? You know, obviously there's a lot of issues with it. I've said this before, but I mean, obviously, I should add this to the fact, right, to the FAQ. But when it comes to the deck, I do want to use the chainsaw, by the way. When it comes to the deck, obviously it's gonna have to be through some sort of crowdfunding, right? So it's gonna be through either Kickstarter or some shit like that, and they have their own means of having decks made, so it's a lot easier to do it with them. That's number one. Number two, I want to make sure that everything about it is perfect before I come out with it, because the last thing I want is, you know, an issue to come up with my first deck, right? I don't want that to happen. So I want to make sure the designs are great, that the quality of the cards are fine. So I want to make sure that all that is taken care of before I come out with the deck. But you know, definitely I did say that I want to do it this year, so hopefully maybe later on in the year I do have the opportunity to do that. But it really depends on getting the designs right. It really depends on being able to do that and having a legitimate Kickstarter. Because I know that there are people that are interested in buying like decks and buying even bricks of those cards, so I don't want to let them down. So that's for sure. If I didn't use Kickstarter, it would probably be a different vibe. It'd probably be, you know, all doing it myself, which I definitely can't do at this point. So I'd probably have to end up doing it through Kickstarter. Who designed my logo is a friend of mine. You know, I gave him the idea. Initially, I didn't want that as a logo. I just told him the name of the channel. I told him pretty much my idea for it. And then he went with this, which I enjoyed very much. What I told him to do, though, was a pig eating himself. So it was a pig pretty much taking a slice from his own stomach, and the stomach, the slice was a piece of cake. That's what the original logo, as I told him. But then he showed me the design for this one, and I'm like, this is perfect, because you have the two little ears on top, you have the cake, right, the little bits of the cake from the inside of it. So I fucking love that shit. Pig cannibalism, yeah, that's pretty much what I want it to be. So I want it to be like little cake, or little pig eating itself. Let's move. Hey, boy. Yeah. My dude. Who would you rather die? Logan Paul, Jake Paul? I say both. I rather not them die. I just don't, I really don't want them to die at all. I just want them to learn their lesson and, you know, use their platform for good. I'm not saying not make stupid jokes and not, you know, have, you know, be a little bit of, make gags and shit. But at the same time, dude, like, understand what your videos do and, you know, the audience, and stop being a cunt, you know? You get me? So there's a way to be a cunt, I guess. There's a way to be a cunt that doesn't make you a cunt. I don't know if that makes sense, but they're definitely being cunts and acting like cunts. So, you know, hopefully they take this as an opportunity to better and not make such cancerous content. Yeah, I'm definitely not a maverick. Definitely not a maverick. Joe Weller got his ass kicked by KSI, like in an actual fight. Is that a thing? The food we don't eat at school, they give to pigs. They have given us hot dogs. Well, you know, better than wasting the food, right? Better than wasting the food. Count Dankula, that's fucked. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Barack Saran. Thank you, I appreciate that. That's fucking hot. Definitely will be trying to, you know, better my production quality, better the amount of time I spent editing videos and making them. So, you know, I hope you guys really appreciate that, and I hope that kind of ends up being, you know, I don't want to say lucrative, but I hope that, you know, it does kind of show itself in that way. Thanks for all the hot stuff on Patreon recently. Well, yeah, that's another thing that I definitely want to focus on too, because Patreon, you guys are, you know, I'm eternally grateful to that. and I really want to give you guys a piece of myself, and I really hope that you guys are seeing, you know, the value in that stuff, because it's really pieces of my heart, I guess, the shit that I put there. So it's stuff that I've been sitting on, stuff that I wouldn't give anywhere else. So I hope you guys enjoy that. I don't know if you answered this before, but are you a full-time YouTuber and Patreon? Yeah, I mean, I've been trying it for a little while now. Obviously it's not as easy, you know, as you would think. I guess you would imagine that, you know, me having, I guess, 31,000 subs, but, you know, obviously I think that I'm on that grind process, but hopefully once my content is reach an audience, then that way I wouldn't have to worry about that. I could just focus on the content itself, as opposed to, you know, it being financially lucrative, I guess. But it's really it's a full-time gig. It really is a full-time gig. I'm putting pretty much most of the day on the shit, which is you know, a lot of time. So hopefully it's gonna be rewarding. Can you teach us some color changes? Yeah, let me show you how to do this. You hold a deck in your hand, right? You do this bottom steel into rear palm, and then you're gonna wipe the card in a diagonal axis, so that when you do it, there's a wonderful illusion of a change from the front. You have to kind of keep your angles, so the back of your right hand is towards the audience. But when you do it in this sort of way, it almost looks like the card is slowly changing as your hand passes over. So I hope you learned that. You know, I hope that was helpful. You fucking cunt. Let's see. Pieces of my heart. Well, no, they truly are. I didn't, you know, obviously it sounds a little bit odd when you say it that way, but honestly the stuff that I put on Patreon is ridiculous, because, you know, those are things that I never thought I would selfishly hold, and there's still stuff that I selfishly hold to myself, just because I don't feel like, you know, I want to keep some stuff to myself, but there's some moves and some stuff that I've put on there that I'm like, shit, you know, really, should I have done that? Because, you know, I'm kind of selfish when it comes to those methods, but honestly I do want to give something back to the people that have given me so much. So do you use a gimmick wallet? Yeah, I have a bunch of gimmick wallets. The one that I have now that I use is, I use the smaller piece of Tony Miller's Triple Threat wallet. That's the wallet that I have. Usually what I carried around for a long time was Mullica, Tom Mullica's wallet through Penguin. So they had a smaller pocket size Mullica wallet. That's the one that I usually carried around. But now I'm trying to be a little bit minimalist. So what I carry is, I either carry two wallets on me. One is, if you look at the phone that I use in the video that I just put up, that's my wallet. That's not my phone. That's just like I use that as a B camera. I just have my cards there, and then that's my wallet. Or the smaller part, the Triple Threat wallet from Tony Miller. Piggy Gaming, that's funny. Well, I'm thinking of calling it was it Pizza Cake, because I came up with that name the other day based on Dan Pizza. I don't know if you're on a stream now, Dan, but Pizza Cake is the greatest fucking name of all time. How good is that fucking name? Pizza Cake, holy shit. So wait, let me put my shit here. Let me put my Twitch here so you guys know where I'm gonna start playing this. Twitch.tv/pigcake. 2 E's. There you go. So if you guys are going to check me out playing this game, I'll be there in a little bit. You know, I just want to stick around here, get a little bit of a crowd going, have a pre-stream. Hopefully I don't turn into DSP, where my pre-streams turn into hour-long fucking ridiculous shit. Answer Kid. Thank you, dude. Thank you, Diablo. That's kind of fucked. Hey the clown, I'm late. Sorry, please start over. That's funny. Pizza Cake, Pizzagate? Yeah, there's a conspiracy there. Really, I'm in that pizza store, wherever the fuck it was. Do you remember when Criss Smooth first revealed his face? Good times. I don't remember that at all. I don't even know who he is. Eating Taco Bell nacho fries. You know, my friend told me that they taste like shit. So, Pigcake, can you do a top 10 card or coin magic trick video? I did a top 5 card trick video. So look that one up. Top 5 card tricks, or top 5 tricks. Pigcake. Look that video up. I already made that. I also did a top 5 decks. There's one coming up. I think top 5 moves maybe. one of those. Top 5 lists usually do very, very well, so I'm gonna do more of those. But look it up, dog. Can we get more coin tricks? You know, honestly, one of my you do have a couple coin tricks coming up in the tube, but I love coin magic. I really do. I don't put them out on video because I really feel like in comparison to other people, my coin magic really isn't solid. If there's one regret, honestly, that I should make, there's one trick that I put out that's a coin trick where you karate chop a $50 into 2 quarters, and then you spin the 2 quarters back into a $50. I regret putting that video out. I should have been more selfish about that because I feel like I could have sold that. Because that's just such a fucking dope idea. I haven't seen anybody do that, and you know, I put it up on YouTube for free, so I at least hope that you guys appreciate that. So if you're looking for a good coin trick, look that one up. I think it's called World's Hardest Coin Trick or some shit like that. So yeah, Vincent, look that up. World's Hardest Coin Trick, Pig Cake. It's pretty much you spin a $50 and you karate chop it. It's really fucking hard to do. Really hard, but you know, actually it's not hard in comparison to coin magic I've seen where you're muscle passing shit from one hand to the other. So you know, make sure that you are good at, I guess, what's the move? You're doing a switch with thumb palm there, so it's not that bad. Do you use TubeBuddy? No, I don't use TubeBuddy. I mean, whenever I want to look up my shit, I look up just Social Blade, and I cry when I'm like, just like, oh great, fuck, this is phenomenal. We got the Bebon, that's hot. So I'm gonna be jumping on Twitch in a little bit. If you guys haven't seen my link, it's twitch.tv/pigcake with 2 E's. I'm gonna be playing this shit. I fucking hope I could beat this fucking level in the next 20 minutes. I really do, because the next level is really the worst fucking level. Do you know about Azzy Wins ACAN? I do. Again, I don't prefer ACANs that involve a deck setup. I do like ACANs that you could just do from a, you know, shuffle deck in use, I guess, to quote Paul Cummins. But I don't really enjoy ACANs that involve a full deck setup, even though they might be a little bit, you know, more hands off, or they might be this or that. I just, you know, I'm not gonna do it if it's involves a deck, like an entire deck set up to do it. And I know his is a memorized deck, right? You're gonna have to have a memorized deck. You're gonna have to do some move with the card shooting out of the box or some shit. It's a really hard thing to do. So another regret that I have, goddamn, if you look up any card at any number move, fuck, dude. If you guys look up that video, shit. That is, I mean, probably one of the things that I'm the most proud of. That particular move I put it up on YouTube. I think one of the first tutorials that I did. It's a way of doing any card at any number, pretty much. You know, shuffle deck, fucking. It's a move. You could pretty much make the top card whatever card they want in the deck by doing a little bit of a clever switch using a reverse spread, and also somewhat based on a Shinobi control. Not entirely, but more based on the idea of reverse spread. That, oh fuck me, dude, that's so good. And I put it on YouTube. I should have put it somewhere else, but yeah. That's funny. Azzy Wins Double Exposure. I'm not familiar with that one. I've heard of it, the name, but I don't know that one. Piggy is Pig Yay, I guess, you know, maybe, if you think so. Great meme video. Great memes, Satchel. Thank you for them. I really appreciated them. So, Manny, no matter what size I am, I will never be good enough. I will always be too skinny, too fat, too, but I still watch your cancerous video. Fucking waste of oxygen. Thank you, Diablo. I appreciate that. That's very, very negative on yourself, but okay. Well, yeah, even ACANs that involve size stebbins, you still have to put the deck in size stebbins. You still have to cut the deck at a certain point that you have to have memorized and calculated in your head. So that's way too much for me to be thinking about while I'm trying to perform a trick. If I had to do math while doing a trick that involves more numbers than like, if you guys are familiar with the Barry Richardson method, that you turn the deck over secretly, and all you have to do is subtract 3 from the number they give you, I have a hard time doing that. Like, I have a hard time. So if a spectator says like, oh, what number? Name any number between 1 and, you know, 52. And they're like, oh, 18. I'm like, oh, fuck. Okay. All right. You know, it still takes me a little bit of time even to do that basic stupid subtraction. So I tend to avoid that altogether. But size stebbins, you know, you still have to do a calculation. You still have to do a subtraction of numbers that are at least 2 digits. So that's a little bit too much math for me. So I'd rather just, you know, focus more on the technique in the move. And if you see the technique in the move that I teach, it's fucking, you could do it slow motion. You could literally do it slow motion. You turn the card over. It's a beautiful retention of vision, and there's no, they could burn your hands while you're doing it. I should take the video out. I'm gonna take the video out and like keep it to the video, that to the people that have just seen it, because I think it's too good, honestly. Not to suck my own dick, but yeah. CGI, is that the method by what's his name? Well, it's not by him, but he's using an old thing. Is that the one by Magic Ballet? Juliana Vega, thank you. You know, funny enough, that meme video, now that you mention me talking about adult actresses, that video already got demonetized. So I'm like, thank you guys. Thank you, fucking YouTube. You know, for giving me a little bit of a... And it's not all entirely about the money. Sima, hey man, good to have you, dog. Aditya, we just had an argument. You fucker, calling me a cunt. But yeah, but the video got demonetized. And the issue with that is not necessarily the money on the video, because honestly, it's peanuts. What the issue is that YouTube doesn't pretty much promote videos that are demonetized. They don't promote those videos. So they're harder to recommend. So it kind of sucks that I had to work against that. And, you know, I put effort on a video and it pretty much gets shot down. It wasn't necessarily rim job. It's, the video that I made, the video that I made on the camera hack, that one got demonetized. And that video is literally PG as fuck. I would argue as to that video being G, like rated G as fuck. There's one that, there's another video that I recently came up with that, that video got demonetized, and I'm like, I didn't even say anything bad, dude. I didn't say anything bad that could have been misconstrued. Oh, there you go. I put in the Pig Kick Academy, the Forces video. The Forces video, where I talk about the different forces for Patreon. That shit got demonetized. It's literally a 20-minute video where I don't say anything bad. I don't say anything negative. I don't make any stupid jokes. I'm not memeing anything. It's literally me doing a serious tutorial of 5 forces. Got demonetized. I'm like, why? You know, and again, that's going on Patreon, so it doesn't matter. But the fact that that video got demonetized, it's like, what kind of algorithm are they playing with, and why the fuck are the videos not getting pushed? I mean, it makes sense, because why would you, if your video is going to have limited ads, YouTube is relying on ads to make money, so why would they push a video that's not going to have as many ads on it? Like, if companies don't want to put ads on that video, why would they promote it as much as a video that, for example, would make them more money? You get me? So it kind of sucks. It really does, for that it gets demonetized for the sake that they don't recommend a video. But, you know, I guess it's the YouTube grind. We got Philip here dropping me some hot shit. Thank you, dog. Really do appreciate that. If you read this, I'll give you 10. But it's Canadian, so 8. Keep making great videos. Thank you, dog. I really do appreciate that shit to kind of beat the YouTube system. But again, it's not really about the money. It's more about the fact that the videos are getting less promoted. And I think that's really affecting the channel. You know, I did have waves where I got like some surges in videos. But honestly, right now, I feel like it's an uphill slope to get exposure on my channel, because just it's already kind of not segmented, but it's already categorized in a certain way that YouTube seems to favor against, which sucks. I let my wife, so now I could afford to hit you up on Patreon. I mean, yeah, dude. There you go. I mean, yeah, I've said it. My goal for Patreon is to eventually make enough there that I don't monetize my videos. That's my goal. I really, if I'm able to make a certain amount on Patreon, I just want to turn monetization off, because honestly, it's more of a hassle. It's really a hassle, and right now, obviously, I would need it on YouTube. But as far as like that, eventually, I want to get to the point where I don't need monetization on YouTube. It's really fucking annoying, dude. The big similarity is even. You're still carrying it on. Okay, so hold up. Let's see what you say here. The big similarity is that even the secret, having a prepared card for his corner torn beforehand, hiding the torn portion underneath the thumb, is the same. Okay, well, okay, so now just to say it out loud, the method, as I said, the trick goes originally to before Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth came out with his method in Drawing Room Deceptions in the 90s. that method was based on another voodoo card in the 50s or 60s. I forgot the name of the magician in that particular book, but hold up, fuck it, I literally had it now and I literally lost it. But that was where that original concept came from. That you know, you have other variations. You have Criss who has his variation, Ramsey who has his variation. You have, I have a variation I've never told, you know, I haven't put out, but I've mentioned it in your comments. Somebody else, fuck, I forgot who else has variations, but they all have different handlings. Paul Harris, Bro Gilbert, they all have different handlings as to how they do that. So when it comes to Criss Ramsey, the reason why I'm having such an argument with you is that Ramsey's method, the original card that's turning over is the card that the spectator picked. What I was telling you is that in the Hollingsworth method, it's the mate of the card that the spectator picks, right? So in Ramsey's method, he's, I don't want to, you know, spoil it, but he's using the card to masquerade so that he could sign the card, and that becomes the point of the effect, right? So in my head, it's different enough to the point where he could justify selling it and saying that it's a different thing altogether, because it's not the original thing that Hollingsworth put up. Certainly it's inspired, and certainly the voodoo card, that thing that has been taken by many magicians, it's, you know, he's using it. But at the same time, you know, I think that it's different enough. It's different enough that he could justify selling it. I do agree with you that he should have mentioned it, you know, that he should have mentioned Hollingsworth at least in passing. But at the same time, you know, it's different entirely. It's like, for example, if I come out with a video, of my handling on the ambitious card, right? Let's say I just come out with a video on the ambitious card routine, and I say, hey guys, you know, this is my handling on the ambitious card. Hopefully you guys get something from this. I hope you guys use it, or it inspires you to come up with your own methods. And so here it is, right? It's like saying that I'm taking credit for the ambitious card routine there. I'm not. I'm just saying this is my handling. This is the way I do it. So I don't necessarily have to credit the first person that came up with that whole shit, because my handling is different altogether, right? So same thing with Ramsey and his voodoo card. His voodoo card is using the effect of Hollingsworth voodoo card, right? But he's using a different method altogether. So, I mean, that's why I think it's justified in him selling it. Also, again, to your point of me saying, or of you saying that I wouldn't criticize Ramsey because I'm afraid to criticize him. No, if anybody in the Magic community, whether or not that's Xavier Spade, whether or not that's Vladimir, Russian Genius, whether that's, you know, anybody that, you know, I have sort of relationship with, I would call him out on it. I'm not gonna, you know, be afraid just because it's Ramsey. I don't have as close to a relationship with Ramsey as I do with, for example, somebody like Vladimir or even Spade, where we go back and forth. But, you know, I don't have any issue criticizing Ramsey if he deserves criticism. And I even told you in that comment thread that I don't like his method. I don't like the way he does his effect. I much prefer the way I do it, but that's just me, because I think my handling is a little bit easier. His handling does allow for a certain use of, he does a very easy switch with the property of the card, which I think is fucking genius. But, you know, I just think that it's justified in selling. So I do understand your point. I'm not saying that, you know, that, but, you know, you are making certain accusations that I think are untrue. So that's kind of why we had a whole back and forth. Would you collaborate with Ramsey or another YouTube magician? Yeah, for sure. I mean, I really, the thing is that I don't want people to think that it's only people that have high sub counts that I'd work with. If you have a small sub count, but I see that you care about Magic and you have you know, you put at least attention and effort into the lighting and into, you know, other shit, you know, then obviously I'd love to work with them. But, you know, it really depends. Okay, so it says, call out Russian Genius. He reveals other magicians. I've had arguments with him. I've talked to him back and forth about these things. Obviously, there are things that I disagree with Vladimir. I think that, you know, I think he's a generous guy. I think he's a great dude. But at the same time, there is some things that I disagree with him. And I think he's actively fixing that. But then again, you know, I think it boils down to the differences in the way we approach YouTube and Magic. He came in Magic at a later state, and he approached it business minded. He doesn't see it as a magician. He sees it more as a YouTuber, and that does have its downfalls, but that does have its merits, right? I disagree with it in the sense of, you know, showing other people stuff, but at the same time, you know, it is something that we have had discussions on. But ultimately, I do think that Vladimir is a great person. He's a very generous dude. But you know, I'm not saying that I'm not gonna not criticize you just because we're friends. Like, dude, you know, everyone deserves criticism, me included. I deserve criticism as well. You know, so I'm just saying, like, one of the points that this dude made was that I wouldn't criticize Ramsey just because he's Ramsey. No. If Ramsey deserves criticism, you know, I'll criticize Ramsey. Same thing with that. Anybody that deserves it, me included, I warrant it. But I think you were making some points in your comment that were untrue, and I just wanted to address them, and I hope I did. Would you do a collab with Jabrizi? Would I do a collab with Jabrizi? Fuck me. I would, honestly, I would. But I think that Jabrizi would have to change himself, and I don't think he's willing to be humble. The only way I would do a collab with Jabrizi is if, for example, he understands his wrongdoings, he acknowledges them, and he gets humble. He turns, you know, he fixes humility, right? But I don't think he's ever going to do that, so I wouldn't work with him realistically. But if he does all those things, then yeah, I would love to work with him, because it'd be a fun video, you know? Obviously, he'd be poking fun at himself. I'd be poking fun at myself. So, Casey shaved his beard. Did he? I mean, I don't think that's a big deal. He's had beards and non-beards every once in a while. His lighting and production value are pretty good, though. His magic is shitty. Yeah, again, that's the big deal. Fuck, dude, you know? That's a big deal. You're a magic channel, and your magic is shit. Like, dude, fuck. Spanik? Thomas H? I don't know if I think you've been asking me if I have a little bit of that wetness. I do, a little bit, yeah. What do I do if I had a bad... What do I hate on EvanEraTV so much? Hold up, let me address this first question here. What do I do if I messed up a show and people think I'm bad at magic? It's a learning experience. You know, I don't think that... I think that early on in magic, it's good to mess up. It's good to, you know, learn from mistakes. It's good to make mistakes, because from those mistakes, you are at your most creative. You know, so those mistakes really allow you to grow as a performer, as a magician. They really teach you what things not to do. They teach you things to do. So, you know, it really does, it's really a benefit, I think, especially early on, even later on, because then you kind of optimize your tricks. So I don't know how many tricks I thought were fucking gold, and then you show up to somebody and they're like, yeah, dude, I know how that was done. So it makes you think about different methods, right? So I think that there's a definite learning experience from fucking tricks up. So a lot of people are very scared of fucking tricks up and fucking up things. Dude, it's a trick, you know? At the end of the day, it's a trick. You know, it's entertainment. You can make a joke out of it. There are certain outs that you could do. I taught one on Patreon. That's my favorite out. Not to show that much, but yeah, but you know, you obviously you just take it as a learning experience. If you get caught doing a trick, then again, it's a learning experience. You know what not to do next time, right? You get caught doing a trick, it really depends on the situation. There's not one answer for everything. You know, if there was one answer for every trick that you fucked up, then, you know, magic would be easy as shit, but it's not. Magic is more of a difficult thing. So obviously you just have to take it as a learning experience. So do you think you'd get more views if you show your face? Probably. Psychologically, you do empathize with people that you see their face. One of the things that I've talked to Xavier about, you know, which obviously is behind the scenes shit, but you know, with your face, people tend to support you because as humans, we are always looking for patterns, and we're used to recognizing patterns, and your face is a very big cue as to your face. You know, your face is a big cue as to recognizing patterns and recognizing empathy, I guess, and recognizing certain emotions. So people will tend to empathize with you more if you show your face. But I'm trying to do it more with my body language, more with my hands. So I rather keep that crutch as a limitation to keep that mystery, rather than just be like, hey guys, here's my face. So I like the mystery, you know, I like the mystery, and I like the fact that it's more of an anonymous thing. So kind of my magic and, you know, who I am kind of speaks for itself through my actions rather than my actual face. So whereas it's a limitation, I see it as a creative opportunity. Hold up, somebody said Somebody said something. Fuck me, dude. Fuck me. Hold up. I just skipped a bunch of comments here. I wasn't a philosophy teacher, no, a psychology. Do you get more views? Something about your face? Fuck. I saw something about your face, dude. Okay, yeah, just the whole idea on empathy. And it's easier, you know. Collaboration with fans. Well, I do want to have Xavier had a great thing recently where he did a live stream where people were able to call in. I do want to have a call-in show, and I do want to have a little bit of a podcast thing going, so I get like people's call-ins. So in that sort of sense, yeah, I would love to get people in there, people to jump in and on the call and, you know, actually talk. Okay, I asked why do you think EvanEra is a dumbass. He's always full of energy and teaches so many gimmick magic tricks. Well, the thing is with him is he doesn't really care about magic. He doesn't really have, you know, he's using magic for views, and it's apparent in the fact that he's pretty much selling knockoff products. He doesn't really have any sort of care for the history, for the theory, for the predecessors, and you know, obviously I think your point is that you're gonna compare it to the whole Ramsey situation with voodoo, but it's very different. I just think that, you know, this guy's using it as he's using magic as a stepping stone and not really caring about magic all too much, you know. So pretty much EvanEra, what he does is that he goes to like AliExpress, he buys a bunch of tricks, and then he just fucking shows you how they're done. That's pretty much what his crutch is. And whereas there's an audience for that, it's not really something that's going to push magic forward, you know. It's not really going to get a lot of people into it in the long term. And obviously, you know, he's promoting his own stuff and he's selling these things that he buys. For example, he'll buy like a pen through dollar for cents and then sell it for $35 on his website. And you're like, dude, what the fuck? You're not even going to, you know, call attention to who made this shit, call attention to, you know, different things about it. You're just going to pretty much make a profit on that without really giving too much as to the theory of it. But you hold up, you're saying not at all. I wasn't going to compare them. I just want to hear some oh, so you're just trying to trigger me, you cunt. You're just trying to trigger me. Well, okay, Satchel, me and Aditya here, if I'm pronouncing your name correctly, we had this whole back and forth on I forgot what video. We had this whole back and forth on we had a little bit of an argument. So we're talking about voodoo and Criss, not Criss, sorry, Guy Hollingsworth and different methods and stuff. So yeah, that's what he's referring to. What's your aversion to the palm? I don't have an aversion to the palm. I use it very contextually. So if there's a situation where all attention is away from my hands, then I'll do a palm. I'm more of a fan of the rear palm. I'm more of a fan of the cup as well. So I don't necessarily have an aversion to the palm, but I would much prefer doing other methods that involve subtlety rather than actually doing a palm. What's the cheapest online source for an mnemonica? I have no idea. I have no idea. I wouldn't be the best person to tell you that. So yeah, I'm gonna put let me plug my Twitch here one more time. I see a number of you guys jumped on, which is kind of hot on Twitch. So I'm gonna be playing this in a little bit. YouTube is shit to magicians, people who upload videos of their copyrighted material. Yeah, dude, it's a gray area. All-in-one gamer, it's a gray area. Really, it certainly is a gray area because when you know, YouTube. Magic is really hard to copyright, you get me? So if I come up with a card trick, it's really hard for me to copyright a magic trick, like especially if it's a card trick, unless there's some sort of like overt technology in use of it. So for example, let me just give an example with trying to think of something that's in the market recently. Fuck me. Somebody give me a trick, you know, something that's that there's like a download of. Something recently that's come out. If somebody could give me like some sort of random trick so I could use that as an example. The Twitch, I'll put it on the chat. Twitch.tv/pigcake. Okay, well no, 52-1. I don't know necessarily because I don't know if that's if they copyright the method on that. If that version is patented, I guess. But okay, 52-1, right? 52-1. Let's just use that as an example. Or you know what? ACAN. Yeah, we'll use that as an example, right? there's nothing stopping anyone from buying my ACAN, the any card any number that I sell on my website. There's nothing stopping anyone from getting that trick, right? And then going to YouTube and saying ACAN exposed, ACAN revealed. I could flag the video. You know, I could try my best to flag it. And morally, you're an absolute cunt and a piece of shit. But at the same time, within the rules, there's nothing you could do because technically it's your content in your video. So you are doing the video yourself. You made the video. Now, for example, if somebody were to upload the video in its entirety, then I could have a little bit of an argumentative point. But if it's a video of you saying, okay, here's how Piggy does his ACAN, then I can't do shit. I can't do shit. So, yeah, exactly. Beats, you said it 100% right. So really it becomes a moral issue. It becomes a moral issue, you know, and some people take advantage of that. I would like you to perform a bold oil and water by Juan Tamaris. Is that the one where he bluffs putting the card down? So he's holding the card in mechanic's grip in both hands, and he places it back and forth. Is that the one that you're talking about? Will you teach Gambler's Cup? Yes, that's one of the videos that's coming up. Okay, yeah, Aditya, that's a great fucking method. There's one by Ray Cosby that I really enjoy doing. Ray Cosby has a great one. But hold up, Gambler's Cup. Yeah, I'm putting a lot of videos on YouTube that are more open domain. For example, so you know, I did a tutorial on the obsolete count. I did a tutorial on I forgot what else, but the diminishing count sequence. So I want to do that. Somebody sent me an email the other day, a couple months ago, and he's like, you know, don't refrain from putting videos out that have already been done on YouTube because, you know, you have your own handlings and you have your own touches that people look for. And I'm like, yeah, you know, that makes sense because I really have been avoiding those things for a long time. I really avoided making tutorials on basic shit for a long time. But, you know, really, I should, you know, so Gambler's Cop is one of those moves. I do have a couple other basic moves that are coming in the Pipeworks. So, you know, that's coming down the line, I guess. How Piggy makes love revealed in spurts, I guess. Right? So there are spurts. Let's not get into that. Or check out my YouTube video and see Xavier's rise. Yeah, with the trip to the department store, right? You need the trip to the department store where you need all the tape and stuff for your method. Hey Piggy, I saw your comment on the Modern Rogue video. Yeah, I fucking love Modern Rogue. I really do. Brian Brushwood and the other guy, they're doing a great thing with that. Do you have liberty to... Fuck, I just skipped your shit. Pancake, you also have a liberty to do what you need to do because you never show your face. Yeah, a lot of people think that I'm scared, dude. A lot of people think that I'm scared of showing my face because of, you know, I've made jokingly, you know, jokes about religion and jokes about race. I'm not. I'm really not. Jason Murphy, there you go. I'm not scared to show my face. It's an artistic choice in a channel. You know, it's more of a choice that I made. I don't want to show my face. So, you should really organize a magicians round table with 2 or 3 magicians. That's funny. Well, you know, I would love to get interviews. So I would love to get, like, for example, Vladimir on, get an interview with him, get an interview with Spade, Ramsey if he can, Rise Magic, you know, even people that hopefully I could reach out to that would accept it, you know. So people like, for example, who would I love to get? I'd love to get Miss Mag. Fuck, I'd love to get Miss Mag on. I'd love to get even fuck EvanEra. I'd love to get EvanEra on. That'd be phenomenal. I am working on a podcast, by the way. I do want to do one. I wanted to do one with Vladimir a little while ago. We used to talk every day about that, but I don't want to. I mean, I do want to do it with him, but I've wanted to do a podcast for a long time. But I was gonna tell you some shit based on the thing. But obviously, the podcast it would be difficult just to talk entirely about magic. So it would probably be a more generalized podcast, and I would get, you know, interviews on there. So I'd get magicians on there. I'd get other people on that. I tried to do a little bit of that with the opinions, right? So if you guys saw the opinions earlier on, those I try to do a little bit of a podcast vibe with those. Even though those didn't get a lot of videos, I was really proud of them because, you know, I think that the opinions that I said there were pretty substantial. And the comments on those videos were really, really detailed. And, you know, whereas there wasn't a lot of views, the comments were phenomenal on that. So, so I definitely want to do somewhat of a podcast on that. I know Rise Magic is doing their podcast and they're fucking great. Rise Again. They're fucking phenomenal. Would it be on the Apple TV? Probably. It'd probably be on whatever platforms carry podcasts. Are you trolling me? Are you trolling me with Fernando? And I don't know if you're trolling me with Fernando P1. How cliche is a podcast? Well, it's different in the sense that, you know, obviously the reason you watch podcasts and the reason you listen to them is because you're interested in what that person has to say and, or how they happen to say it, right? So I think that there's at least I have a small audience that would be interested in that. So hopefully that could expand to more people. So I think that, you know, that there would be an audience for that. So as cliche as it may be, it's as cliche as, for example, doing an Elmsley count tutorial video, right? How many magicians have done a tutorial on the Elmsley count? But you still watched that tutorial probably, and you still enjoyed it. So it's in the same sense. You do have a Lucha Libre mask you could wear. Yeah, but this mask it looks more like a dominatrix ace, like one of those fucking dominatrix masks. So even though I do wear it, if there's a chance of seeing my reflection on like a deck, for example, or the monitor, I'll put it on just for shits and giggles in videos. But it's nothing I would wear out in public, that's for sure. Miss Maggie, yeah, Miss Mag's still alive. Please make a tutorial on how to solve vectors when you only got 2 angles. I'd probably be the worst one for that. I'm going to be jumping on Twitch right now, by the way, guys. This was a great thing. I'm glad I got a bunch of people here and a bunch of conversation. But I'm going to be jumping on Twitch. So if you guys are interested in there, I'm going to be playing some Zelda, Ocarina of Time, and I guess answering more of your shit because you guys have really dropped some fucking hot questions. So here is my Twitch if you guys want to jump on that. So yeah, check it out there. Well, I mean, obviously the interviews would be in a podcast style, so why not, right? So yeah, I'm gonna be jumping on Twitch, guys. So if you guys want to join me there, do it. Obviously, this is me trying to show my Twitch. So I'm gonna end this one here. Thank you guys for joining in. Thank you, Philip, for those hot donations, I guess, if you want to call it that. I'm gonna go figure out different ways to ingest a pig speaker and be able to regurgitate a table saw.